He's taking credit for Kelce coming back.
What do you love about Travis? Why do you say he's the OG? He's the guy.
Well, for one, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm 95% of the reason he ain't retired. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Really?
Told him he can't go out like that. I'm gonna make sure we get that next year.
Hold on, he was gonna retire?
Yeah, he was finna be hanging it up. I'm pretty sure he was gonna hang it up, and I'm like, bro, we can't go out like that. Like,
If y'all would've won.
yeah, we would have won. I would understand him retiring. I'm like, bro, like, we gotta go win that. I'm gonna make sure we win that. That's what I told him.
Okay. How was that conversation? Take us there. Like, did you call him or y'all?
I texted him. He basically was like, bro, I really appreciate that. He's like, you really got me thinking about it. Like, I really appreciate you reaching out to me. And then I seen it pop up on the media. I said, all right now. You know how he be like? I said, all right now. He said, let's go. We're running it back.
So it wasn't Taylor Swift.
Come on.
That had Kelce dropping the retirement plan.
Listen,
it was Rashee Rice.
I'm sure Travis is excited to get out there on the field with Rice again, but he is not the sole reason why Travis Kelce did not retire. I like that he's got that in his brain. It sounds like they got a great relationship, which is awesome.
He gave her 5%. He's 95% the reason. The question is that dude going to be playing every game?
Well, that's been hovering over his head and fantasy drafters' heads over the last year plus. It sounds like we talked to Shefty a couple weeks ago, and he made it seem like a suspension may be coming. How significant that suspension is, I have no idea. But yeah, he was obviously missed. But that wasn't the reason why they didn't win the Super Bowl. They didn't win the Super Bowl because Philadelphia was just that much better than they were.
Smoked
top to bottom.
By the way, Bengal fans, in the trenches and on defense. That's where Philly was really good.
No doubt. And listen, they have explosive playmakers as well. But yeah, what you just talked about is absolutely real because Philly the last couple of years has had a dominant unit up front and waves of bodies on defense, specifically that defensive line that just get after people.
It restored my faith in my instincts because my gut can be very wrong. But all week when the three of us were in New Orleans, like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
Yeah.
And at the end, I think Jamie Erdahl was going to talk me into maybe Kansas City, but no, didn't let it happen. Who's got the most pressure this year, Matty? If you had to think about it in the NFL,
team or a player?
A player.
Who's got the most pressure as far as a player goes?
Who's making a ton of money?
It's Dak.
Yeah.
He's the king of the mountain as far as AAV goes. $60 million.
But since his owner isn't doing anything, I'm wondering if we got the wrong guy as far as prove it.
We can't take Dak off that hot seat. We do it to every other quarterback when they get the top dollar, right? We don't talk about owners and what they are or aren't doing. It's about it's time to go. And for Dak, even before he got this $60 million a year, there's so much pressure on him to perform more and better in the postseason. So it is what it is for him. And he's not in the easiest spot with a new head coach and all of those things. But yeah, Dak at 60 M's, he's that guy.
Completion percentage dropped to about 64% over the first 8 games. Now, he missed the final 9, right, with the torn hammy?
Yeah.
Partially torn hammy?
Oh, yeah.
The other weird thing is I guess it's kind of a prove-it year is the contract situation. Significant cap number, nearly 90 mil.
Real quick, what'd you think of Cooper Kupp going to Seattle? I was like, oh, that's kind of boring.
Sam, good for Sam.
I know he's
not good for him.
People are throwing out he went to college out there and all that stuff, but I was hoping he made a splashier move to a team that's ready to win.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah, I think my prediction was Chargers, just to stay in L.A. But
I liked your call of Dallas, too. You threw that
Dallas,
out there
that's right.
Yeah, I like that.
Nope. Seattle. I agree. Kind of meh.
Yeah.
Like nothing there. All right. If you're feeling kind of meh and you're lacking motivation and drive, you've gained some weight, you've noticed some loss in muscle mass, could all be signs of low testosterone. Please don't wait anymore. Find out. Spring has sprung. It's time for you to get your levels checked at Low T Center. Simple blood test, on-site lab. They'll tell you the results right there. It's not a typical doctor's office. Their physicians specialize in treating low T with testosterone replacement therapy for every patient. They have more than a decade of experience helping patients. It won't be a standard dosage plan. They're going to work it around you. you will feel like an individual. And if you're a current patient at Low T Center, you know how good it is, and they'll give you a $150 referral credit for every new patient that you refer. You can also get your health evaluated for treatment, prescription GLP-1 weight loss meds. So if you are feeling tired, you are lacking that motivation I'm talking about, you've gained some weight, go find out what your level is. See if they can help you get back to feeling your best. LowTCenter.com, Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare. All right, the Buckeyes are on the defense, and it starts now. We'll talk to Stephen Means in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
I'm an old school Joe, and my philosophy is simple and effective. At the end of the day, it's not what you win or lose, it's what you save. And betting reduced juice at Prime Sports Ohio is the way to save money on every single bet. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Barry Zeta and Dr. Joseph Senta at Ohio Vein and Vascular Polaris are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. Dr. Zeta and Dr. Senta can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-324-VEIN. That's 614-324-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
Spring forward, Columbus, with the Waterworks and Header Heating and Cooling Services. We're here to thaw you out with this limited time offer. Get up to $2,000 off a new complete furnace and AC system. This offer is too good to pass up. The Waterworks and Header Heating and Cooling now together to serve you better with $2,000 off a new complete furnace and AC system. This offer won't last. Call us today, 614-232-2222. That's 614-232-2222.
Basketball from noon to midnight. Scotty Vegas here, and we're throwing a Vegas-style basketball party at Hollywood Casino at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. I even went out to Vegas to scout out how to throw this party. Tough assignment. The Fan is doing 24 hours of watch parties. The opening weekend of the tournament, there'll be custom T-shirts, Pop-A-Shot, horse games. Oh, and don't miss a game with a 50-foot video wall. Reserve your spot at HollywoodColumbus.com. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Anthony's tennis shorts were so tight, they had to pixelate his crotch. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, the race is on. It starts now. If you want to call it a race, we'll see. 5 months and change till Ohio State opens their defense of their national title. They'll do it with a brand new quarterback. Our friend Stephen Means, Natron in the house, as spring practice is unveiled. My man, how we feeling?
I'm good. How you guys?
Pretty good. Listen, it's really exciting. We're still basking in the glow of the run. It was unprecedented, and it feels like that everyone... It's just not a natural pressure of defending a title because of the way they won it and maybe how unpredictable it was. But he'll do it with a brand new quarterback. Last year, I think, when we talked to you last year, we were giving Devin Brown his due, right? He stayed in the fight, but we kind of followed the breadcrumbs on this thing. Are there any breadcrumbs to follow on this one other than that Sayin just always seemed to be kind of heir to the throne?
Yes. I think Ryan Day is, and I kind of asked him about this after practice today, this idea of, hey, man, can a guy win the job in the spring? Because he's never really done that, right? Every announcement of an official announcement, even if public perception has already leaned one way or another, has always come really with the last 2 weeks of fall camp, right? We all left the spring in 2019 going, okay, man, it's Justin Fields going to be a starting quarterback. I don't know. What are we doing? You brought this 5-star kid in from Georgia. He's going to be a starting quarterback. With C.J. Stroud, it was kind of the same thing. I think we all left the spring game going, okay, C.J.'s going to be a starter. Why are we still doing this? And yet they still did it. Even with Will Howard, to your point, it was like, okay, Will's going to be the starter. Why are we still playing this Sherrod? I think the only time where there was a clear team A, team B in terms of the public perception was with Kyle McCord and Devin Brown. I think it's the same thing now where we all think Julian's going to be the starter, why can't we just name Julian the starter at the end of the spring? And the way he broke it down actually makes it make sense. They're not even thinking about that right now. Right now, it's just trying to get each three of these guys better because they haven't played a ton of football. And so I think we're all going to continue to follow the breadcrumbs and see all the videos that we all post when we're in practice and enjoy the spring showcase. And we'll all continue to maybe crown Julian as being the next guy. But I think letting the process play out might be the best thing for this group as a whole because, again, we're not talking about a group who's played a lot of snaps combined, let alone individually.
So about 40 minutes ago, you dropped a tweet that says 2 years in a row, an Ohio State freshman wearing number 4 has become the hot topic after the first day of spring practice. My man, who were you talking about?
And I'm trying my hardest to not go there because before I say the name, Jeremiah Smith is not reality. We have to remember that. Jeremiah Smith is not of this world. So everything he did over the last 12 months is not fair expectation for any true freshman at all. With that being said, Devin Sanchez looks like a kid who has been ready to play college football for 2 years. And I don't know if I was or wasn't expecting him to look like that. And I'm going and looking at his high school photos. I'm like, he didn't wear number 4 in high school. So I'm wondering why he threw that on. Well, number 6 is taken by Sonny Styles right now, so he can't take that. But if there is a true freshman on this roster who has the ability to put himself in a position where we consider him not just one of the best freshmen at his position in the country, maybe he's one of the best players at his position in general in the country, it's going to be Devin Sanchez, the 5-star from Texas. But that also, again, this is why I don't want to go all the way there because JJ is so different. It's going to be more of a battle for Devin to get on the field because JJ had one guy ahead of him, and it was Emeka Buka, who didn't technically play the same position he played. He played in the slot. JJ plays outside. There's 2 Emeka Bukas this year with Jermaine Matthews and Davis Igbinosun, who I think we've all penned in as the starters. But can Devin Sanchez make that a 3-man rotation? I'm not going to take that off of the table. And I think we've all been kind of bubbling this up to see, okay, what's this kid going to look like when he gets on campus? 2 months into the program, that dude looks like he's ready to play college football right now. So just imagine what he might look like 6 months from now.
Who has to take the biggest leap defensively, do you think, on this team?
That list is long. I think it starts at safety, though, where everywhere else I think we are pretty confident about the guys who might take leaps, right? At linebacker, you're talking about Arvell Reese on the defensive line, Kenyatta Jackson, Caden Curry, Edric Houston, TJ Hicks now playing defensive end. That's intriguing. Caden McDonald. But at safety, they were pretty concerned about the depth last year behind Caleb Downs and Lathan Ransom, and now one of them is gone. They need Malik Hartford, Leroy Roker, Jalen McClain. They need at least 2 of those guys to show up and be ready to play, not just so they have a starting duo with Caleb Downs and insert one of those names, but they've also got some depth just in case some things happen. So I think there, and then that nickel with Jordan Hancock being gone between Lorenzo Styles and Bryce West, or maybe Jermaine Matthews moves into there. Those 2 spots were so valuable to this defense, and they were very underrated in terms of how we talked about them. And I think it's in this defense's best interest to not have to find that out the hard way, just how underrated Jordan Hancock and Lathan Ransom were.
Let's go down to the trenches on the offensive side. New, O-line coach in the city now, and Tyler Bowen. But that unit, as you know, Steven, it's just so important to everything the offense wants to do and wants to be, snap in, snap out. But just the names, new names amongst that offensive line that you're going to be monitoring throughout the spring. Just talk about that unit a little bit.
Well, Ethan Yawa, the Rice transfer, Ryan Day said he's repping exclusively at left tackle. Philip Daniels was at right tackle. They were working with the 2s today. I wouldn't make too much of that and say, oh, no, did they get something wrong? It's just those guys are still learning the lay of the land. I still expect those 2 to be your starting tackles. Ethan Yawa is listed at 6'6", 357 pounds, which is kind of ridiculous. But Ryan Day said they want to slim that down a little bit so he can get a little bit lighter on his feet. I think Austin Saraveld was working at left tackle, and he's been a guard his entire career. And I think that is a reaction to what happened last year, right? When you had a bunch of injuries and all of a sudden your starting left guard is playing left tackle because you ran out of options. And I think right now where Ohio State is on tackle, they've got 2 transfers and then Ian Moore as a second-year guy, and then Carter Lowe, the true freshman. You just don't have a lot of options right now. And so Ryan Day was talking a lot about guys are training at multiple positions on that offensive line. So I would expect to continue to see Austin Salvo getting reps at both guard and tackle, Luke Montgomery repping at both guard and in center, Tegra Shabola working at guard and tackle. Just getting – I like their approach right now. Is it a reaction to what happened last year? Yes. But it's a good reaction to last year and making sure that they don't get caught in a situation where they're running out of options to get on the offensive line.
Our friend Stephen Means covers the Buckeyes, Cleveland.com, here on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. All right, Stephen, let me ask you about the guys who will be behind that line, and how fair will it be? How should we be judging this running back room? Like, how would you even describe it? If nobody knew anything about last year, nothing. You didn't know about Quinn, didn't know about Trey. They just landed on this planet, and they said, hey, what does Ohio State have in their running back room? How would you describe it?
They have options. And as good as Travion and Quinshon were last year, Ohio State didn't have options if something went wrong. And I don't mean talent-wise. Those are two of the 5 best running backs in the country. I mean, like, what the offensive line experience options, because you had 2 of the 5 best running backs in the country, and then behind them you had 2 true freshmen. You don't have that this year. James Peoples, who Travion Henderson decided at the combine to compare to J.K. Dobbins, so you do with that information what you please. But he just spent the last year learning what it looks like from Trey and Quinn. Sean, is he ready to do this? It sounds like he's ready to do this. C.J. Donaldson, who was a bigger back at West Virginia, he looks great. That guy looks like he's been through a quality strength and conditioning program over the last couple of months here. He's got some experience. Carlos Lachlan is super high on Bo Jackson, like super high on a kid whose name is Lamar Bo Jackson out of Cleveland. Super high on him. Isaiah West is obviously not a full participant right now, but he should be ready to go by fall camp. And then Turbo Rogers, the other true freshman, will show up here in the summertime. But I think Carlos Lachlan, for a guy who likes running back by committee, he doesn't want to just throw it on one person's shoulder. That's not the way to go about this if you're going to win a national championship and have to play 16 or 17 games. He likes what he was able to do with Travion and Quinshon, where it was 2 guys becoming one. He used that a lot. Now imagine if he can use 3 or 4 of these guys, and I think he has that and will continue to develop that. But this room, I don't know if it's as talented as last year's because, again, 2 of the 5 best running backs in college football. But I think it's deeper than last year's was, which means Carlos Lachlan has more options with what he wants to do with these running backs.
He's the host of the Buckeye Talk podcast, and he covers them for Cleveland.com. Our friend Stephen Means. Natron, you the man. We'll talk to you soon.
Anytime, guys. Thanks.
Thank you. He was on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline.
AR, let's hand out right now a $50 gift card to Skyline Chili. 614-821-9710 is CB's hotline number. Earlier, AR and I were talking about our fantasy baseball drafts that we did this weekend. Who was AR's first pick this year? You get that right. CB's going to hand out a $50 gift card to Skyline Chili right to you. 614-821-9710 is our hotline number.
We come back with Tell the Truth next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings, plus over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Right now, select varieties are buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
It's Kubota Orange Days. From America's #1 selling compact tractor to zero-turn mowers and versatile RTVs, get your perfect match delivered to your door. Now through June 30th, get 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months or up to $2,000 off BX 2380 tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Stop by Columbus Equipment in Columbus, Dayton, or Toledo to see their full line of Kubota construction equipment, or check them out online at columbusequipment.com.
That's the sound of a Mountain Dew. And that's you enjoying its refreshing citrus kick. That's a cool breeze suddenly whistling through your hair.
Whoa!
That's you realizing you're now on a mountain.
This is epic!
big.
That's you stating the obvious. That's you stepping up to the plate. That's you winning your kickball game. That's you taking another sip of your Do the Do.
Hi, I'm Bob Capace.
No, I'm Bob Capace.
It's more believable when I say it. Make me believe that you're really Bob Capace.
The spring bridal sale is going on now. Buy one, get one 50% off. The best prices of the year on natural and lab-grown diamonds are right now at Worthington Jewelers. On High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com.
Needs work. I don't really buy it.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by a ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Michelle Smallman here. Are you dreaming of seeing your team draft their next superstar? Travel Wisconsin is sending 10 lucky fans and a guest to the draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Witness unforgettable moments and make memories that will last a lifetime. Don't miss out. Enter Travel Wisconsin's Dream Draft Sweepstakes. Visit travelwisconsin.com/draft to learn how you can win a trip to experience the biggest moment of the offseason. Epic moments that become lifelong memories are waiting to be discovered across Wisconsin. Terms and conditions apply.
After an audit of our programming, the suits here at the Fan decided we needed more baseball. And that common man is stupid. Good news, we fixed one of those problems. Catch the Reds on the Fan all season long. Yay, baseball.
Bats are us when dreams sunk in. Bats are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
Bats are us when dreams sunk in. Bats are us.
Everybody poops, everybody pees. Mommy, will you call Mr. Rooter, please? 'Cause I gotta poop and I gotta pee. Only Mr. Rooter can clear the drain for me. Thank you, Mr. Rooter.
Hi, everybody. We call it what it is at Mr. Rooter. When you have a plumbing or drain problem, the team at Mr. Rooter is ready 7 days a week. Call us today and take advantage of our $95 drain cleaning special. Visit us at MrRooter.com. We'll be there quick.
The Fan Poll is brought to you by Caster Connection. Visit CasterConnection.com to shop online or to work with our Caster Solution Specialists.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
All right, CB, take us home.
All right, really quick, let's get the winner of the gift card out there. Patrick in Dublin, he knew the correct answer was, of course, Ellie De La Cruz. So he is getting a $50 gift card to Skyline. And if you missed out today, good news. There's a chance every single day the rest of the week.
Here we go.
Awesome.
Shout out to you, Patrick. Thanks
Way
for
to go,
listening.
Patrick.
Enjoy that $50
St.
gift
Patrick.
card. Yeah, there it is.
Well done
That
today.
works.
All right, so we last week we got the news that Steph Curry passed the 4,000 3-point made shots in his career. No other player has done that in their NBA career. The question is, tell the truth. Will we ever see another player cross the 4,000 3-pointer mark in our lifetime?
Ooh. I'm going to say no. Steph is legitimately the best shooter that has ever walked planet Earth. And so I don't think that there's going to be another guy that's going to come along and do that, AR. Like, he really has just changed the game. You just look at the impact that he's made, style of play, both at the professional level, the collegiate level, what the kids want to do. A lot of that is credit to him for expanding the offensive game of basketball and where it is right now. And he's shown that it's not all about the threes, right? He's found so many different ways to fill up the basket, but I'm going to go no. I don't think we see it again. And coming down the home stretch of this run in the NBA, you don't want to see the Golden State Warriors. They're waking up. They won 7 in a row, and Steph's obviously a big part of that. But no, AR, I don't think we see this again.
He didn't break the record. He shattered it. This is one that I hate to say it because, records are made to be broken, but this one's going to last past my lifetime, probably past yours and CB's. It doesn't feel like it. I think he's a grand more than Harden or something like that.
It's not even close right now.
It's pretty close to a
Is it
grand.
close? All right. And when he passed Ray Allen in 22, he did it in 500 fewer games. Not 50.
It's silly.
500.
He's silly
plus.
with it.
So that's the difference. That's why he is one of one with his in the gym range. And when he gets on a heater, and there have been some great shooters. Ray Allen being the one that I just mentioned, and some other guys, and Reggie Miller and Corver, and guys that could really shoot the three. He has taken all those guys that are kind of clumped together, 80 apart, 100 apart, 150 apart, and he's almost a grand higher. So that's why I would say the answer is no. No one will break that. And then the other part is, can he distance himself even more? How long is he going to play? He's 37. He wanted this number, I'm sure, badly to get to 4K. So I think it's pretty safe.
You can't handle the truth.
All right, so we covered a little bit earlier in the show talking about the postseasons in college basketball. The College Basketball Crown is the Fox Sports competitor to the NIT. Ohio State, because they missed the NCAA tournament, that was their invite to go there. They declined it. There was a lot of no information on this tournament late last night, waiting on what the field was going to be for this. A lot of people were wondering if it was even going to happen. They ended up announcing their field early this morning on Fox Sports 1, but it's not the best field I think you could hope for if you're just taking power conference teams. My question to you is, though, tell the truth, because the Crown is what I just said it was. The NIT is a majority mid-major tournament now with how teams are declining bids to that. Will we ever see these fade away from existence?
I guess you could. I mean, it really all depends on whether or not the advertisers want to get in on this. It's not a bad idea. First of all, it's in Vegas. It's a great site.
It's an NIL opportunity.
Yeah, it's an NIL opportunity. It's in Vegas. They're playing at two arenas, one off the Strip and another one. And I almost feel like you could bet on history with the NIT. It doesn't bother me that teams turn down the NIT. Teams always do that, and they always have seemed to survive. That's the tournament that's been going on almost 90 years or whatever it's been. So I feel like advertisers are key. NIL stuff is key. Maybe you could throw the kids a little more money to play in that tournament. So they'd be more than happy to do that. The Crown is the little bit weird because it's the brand new one, and I don't want to shut it down before it even got out of the gate. And just because Ohio State turned it down doesn't mean that it's not worthy of whatever it's going to be. I would say I'd bet on maybe one fading away. Maybe the Crown will, or they'll find a way to time it better with the portal. But I'm not into saying that it's all going to go away. Both of them will go away.
Will we ever see the Crown/NIT tournaments fade away and disappear? CB, my answer to that is I hope so.
Oh.
The Crown hasn't even started yet, and they can keep it. They can keep it, and they can bury the NIT while they're at it. We don't need this. Nobody's focused on this. We're all figuring out what we're going to do with March
So many Big Ten teams turned this down that a team that didn't make the Big Ten tournament in Nebraska is going.
It doesn't matter. I don't care at all about the NIT or the Crown tournament. This is all about March Madness right now. So my answer is I hope it goes away.
Brad Sellers cared about it. Costa Koufas cared about it.
Good for them.
Ohio State Buckeyes.
Good for them.
Champions of the NIT.
For me over here. How many NIT games you watching? Or have you watched? You ain't watching that, AR.
You're telling me that if Ohio State was in the NIT and they said we're playing in it, Buckeye fan wouldn't watch? Maybe not 100% of them, but I guarantee they'd be interested. I guarantee Buckeye.
Okay, but yeah, I guess big picture even who really cares about the NIT? Honestly, there's nothing.
Teams in it, a certain amount of teams in it.
Yeah,
care.
I'm just saying, as far as interest around the tournament, it can't be high. For me, I don't even think about the NIT. I'm scrolling past that on the TV.
I'm not denying you're speaking fact that when you talk about comparing, there is no comparison.
No,
there is none. But they've been playing that tournament since the 1930s. something has to be working for it. Unless we're just in a new era where...
But also, at one point in time, the NIT was seen to be more important than the actual NCAA tournament.
Okay, I'll buy that too.
The truth shall set you free.
If you missed anything from our show, don't worry, folks. You can always catch up because wherever you get your podcast, all you got to do is type in Rothman Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3 will be popped up and waiting for you daily. Our podcast is sponsored by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Subscribe to the pod, folks. I'm telling you don't want to miss that. Timmy Hall in for Common Man today. They will be talking jackets and brackets, so don't move.
Jackets are a dog on their home ice tonight. They've been shut out their last 2 games.
That's stopping, baby, because Rothman and Ice are in the house.
Something better happen.
Let's go.
Early and often. I might sleep over. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
The only radio show Ryan Day listens to when we're holding him hostage, making him listen to a radio show. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan.
Scott the Scots here. How did the grass feel when it woke up from winter? A little crabby. Get it? Crabgrass? Right now, there's a short window of time to apply Scott's Turf Builder Halt's Crabgrass Preventer. It stops crabgrass before it invades and feeds your lawn for a fast green up after winter.
Save up to $20 today at the Home Depot or Lowe's for Scott's day-long saving time. Offers valid March 6th through 19th. See store for full details and product selection.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived, the only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your family can enjoy a complete meal for a good deal less at Meijer. Prepare a delicious feast with Meijer brand pasta or pasta sauce, only $1 each. Fresh from Meijer 80% lean ground beef is ground in-store daily and is now just $3.99 a pound for a 3-pound package. Select Meijer chips or buy 3 for $6 when you buy 3 or more. And assorted varieties of Purple Cow ice cream are just $2.99. We're working hard to help you save more on a good deal more at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
And today, Pella is excited to announce our 100-year anniversary.
Cut! Leslie, you accidentally said 100 years.
Not an accident, Wilson.
What?
When you do the windows that look the best, you tend to stick around for a while.
I can't compete with that. Buy from her.
Get the windows that have been around for 100 years. The windows that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus. At PellaColumbus.com.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and all right, get this. If my scale had feelings, I think it'd be filing a restraining order. I am down now 63 pounds in just 14 weeks. You do the math on that, that's about 4.5 pounds every single week. Last week alone, another 4.2, poof, gone. The fat just keeps melting off. And let me tell you, I really owe 99% of this to my coach, Natalie. She's not just helping me lose weight, she's out here engineering it, tweaking my plan each week, making sure I don't miss a snack, telling me to add more butter. Yep, heard that right. Well, olive oil in there too. That's pretty good. And basically being the therapist we all need when making a gigantic life change. Wouldn't you say 63 pounds is a big 180? This is what Awaken 180 brings. Guidance, support, and a plan that actually works. There's no guesswork. There's no starvation, no magic potions, just real results week after week, brick by brick. If you're tired of hoping the weight will come off, get with Awaken 180 and know that it will. 63 pounds down. How much do you want to lose? You can start today at awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800.
Finding the right employee for your company is tough. One wrong hire can be a major setback. You're not alone if you face this. A recent survey by Robert Half shows nearly half of hiring managers readily admit to making a bad hire. Luckily, there's a solution. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can have the right skilled professional in place quickly. We understand what it takes to build winning teams because at Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Guys, listen up. How many of you out there have been diagnosed with sleep apnea? Maybe your partner can't tolerate your snoring every night. You can't stand your CPAP machine. I totally get it. But the good news is there are alternatives to the CPAP machine. And Dr. Mark Levy is here to change your sleep and your life. Trust me, your spouse will thank you later. Dr. Mark Levy can customize an oral appliance that opens your airways, helps you breathe better, and of course, stops your snoring. That's the main point. It's quick and comfortable and an alternative to those bulky, loud CPAP machines you always hear about. For over 15 years, Dr. Mark Levy has led the way when it comes to treating snoring and sleep apnea, and now he's expanding his practice to better serve his patients with a brand new location in Marysville. I love Marysville. If you're snoring and not sleeping, you need to call Dr. Mark Levy's office today. Do not delay. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. You can also visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. And now, sleepbettermarysville.com too.